people can see
Yeah,
it.
like always, so
Okay.
this.
Oh, look, it's already
there.
going.
So
Look at
see,
that.
there you
All
go.
right.
He already has a question. I'll line it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Will the new baseball stadium have?
All right.
air
So we just
conditioning?
need to turn this off
Oh, the
because
volume.
this is volume, yeah. So we're live, guys. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see everybody. Give everyone a second to get into the chat.
Are we live now?
We are. We're live and we're alive here in Las Vegas. It's Beer Wednesday.
Hump Day Beer Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Hump Day Beer Wednesday.
Hump Day,
Cheers,
Hump Day.
everybody. Cheers, Anthony.
Yo.
Great to see you. Cheers, Tanya. Cheers, Paula. And cheers to Taylor down in the front.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to do one more cheer. And guess what? I didn't even have this on the list, but it's funny how it dawned on me. I'm drinking toast to my mom,
Okay.
who died
Oh,
a week
geez.
ago. So
Oh.
everybody doesn't have to say, sorry, we know, we understand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a toast to my mom.
All right.
All right?
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Let the condolences pour in. We're
Yeah,
sorry
yeah,
to
yeah.
hear.
We don't have to have that. But I mean, it's a
Okay.
cool thing. One of the reasons I thought, I'll bring it up right now, because it's interesting. It's like, how do you tell your folks when you're 20 years old that as soon as you turn 21, you're going to drop out of college and go to Vegas?
Yeah, become a gambler.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when your dad is a university professor.
That's right. And your dad published books too, right?
Yeah. Well, educational books.
Yeah.
But both my dad and my mom both said, unbelievably, they said, and I was at Duke. I was at Duke and then UCLA, and both of them said, we trust you.
Okay.
So that's why I said, it's like my mom was 91. It's not a tragedy. She lived for a long time. My dad died a few years back.
Yeah.
But both of them supported me, and that's why we're here.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah.
just
Well,
a quick.
cheers to Mom.
Yeah, we're gonna go spread her ashes somewhere in a beach in California.
Okay.
Both of them together.
All right.
But there's all kinds of rules against that. I just found out.
Yeah,
So I'm going to have to hide it.
When you go to the Grand Canyon, there's a big sign that says "Don't toss ashes off the side," because apparently that's a lot of people come there to do just that.
And they won't let, what, so how dumb is that? They won't let people do stuff like that.
It is pretty dumb.
Come
but,
on.
like you see in the movies, you don't want to, throw Grandpa in the air and it's all over somebody.
Well, it's about as biodegradable as it gets. I mean, just make sure nobody's downwind. Make sure there is no wind. I mean, good grief. But.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I did not mean to start it on a downer at all. Actually, it's more of a celebration, for me, because I think of back, all the good things and how they made it possible for me.
Yeah.
So, okay, news, Delano. Did you ever hear of the Delano?
Yeah, it's part of the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it won't be for long.
And it's very nice, right, on the inside. It's like a
high-end.
very, high-end.
High-end luxury brand.
Oh.
And they're going to change the name to the W Hotel. It's going to be part of the W Hotel brand. It's a Marriott brand.
Sure. Well, the W, they have one in Westwood in LA, where I'm from, and it's a hang. It's a great place.
Yeah, it's again, it's another high-end one, and it's always been like that. This place opened as the hotel, and I think 2003, and it was one of the first of the dumb names. It was like capital THE, no space, lowercase h, OTEL, right?
Right.
The hotel. That lasted till about 2014.
Okay.
And then they changed it to the Delano, and now a decade later, it's going to become W.
Part of the W.
Yeah.
All right.
So just announced, so we thought we'd say something about it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's on the south end of the strip, right by Mandalay Bay and the Luxor.
Okay, next one. This is another one. I mean, I got a bunch of things to shoot out before we start taking questions. Silver Sevens is going to do something formerly Terribles, formerly Continental.
That's right.
And they're going to do something very, very interesting. All right, they have to give away $90-some thousand.
Okay.
Because it's one of those situations where they're retiring a progressive meter.
That's the same thing, similar to what happened at the Mirage.
Absolutely. It's the
Okay.
same thing, and they can give it away in various ways. Well, the Mirage just held a whole bunch of drawings,
Yep.
and people were fighting to get seats for drawings because they had to be playing and all that. This is something unique. They're going to add to the pot, and they're going to make it an even 100,000.
Okay.
They're going to give it away in a blackjack tournament.
How much is the entry fee?
No entry fee.
No entry fee.
Open to the public.
You hear that?
All right, and I'll tell them exactly how they got to do it in a minute. We're telling them right now because it's going to start November 1st.
Oh, wow.
All right, and it's going to be
It's in a few days.
yeah.
Yeah.
So from November 1st to 15th.
Okay.
On Thursdays and Fridays, all you have to do is go to the casino and go to their, customer service thing, whatever, and you'll be able to tell where it is.
Yeah, Silver Sevens isn't big. It's
Right.
very easy to get around there.
And you just fill out an entry form and you put your name in the drum.
Okay.
All right, now, somewhere around 6 o'clock or something before the preliminaries, they're going to start the preliminaries of the tournament that day.
Okay.
They're going to draw 36 names out of there. All right, so not everybody's going to be able to play, but you can have a good shot because, there's not going to be a million people that are putting their names in the drum. They're going to draw 36 names. They're going to have, I believe, 6 tables of 6, and they're going to do that on 5 separate, Thursdays and Fridays until the 15th.
Wow.
So 180 people will be able to get into this tournament.
Okay.
And they're going to play down to, one winner will advance, and then on the 16th they're going to play a final,
Okay.
and the winner, it's going to be winner take all for 100K.
Winner take all.
For 100K.
It's so annoying when it's a winner take all. It's like,
Well,
second place guy.
you don't think there might be some deals being made?
Oh, yeah, probably. Some teams being formed.
A few deals being made.
Yeah.
All right, but I think it's a unique idea. It's cool. You don't even have to have a player's card.
Okay.
However,
Really?
yeah, but
Wow.
if you do have a player's card, then you become eligible for drawings for free play at the end of each qualifying tournament and at the end of the finals.
Okay, so they are giving away some free play, maybe some prizes.
A lot, like 100 to 500.
Okay.
All right,
Well, there
so
you go.
and they're going to be
This
pulling.
is fun.
Yeah. So anyway, Silver Sevens starting on November 1st. That Thursday, that'll be a Friday, and then the following Thursday, Friday, following Thursday, Friday, and then that Saturday there'll be the finals.
As long as we're talking about Silver Sevens, there's a few notable things to just also off the top of my head say. They have inexpensive games. They have a great bar. I've gone to that bar a number of times. The bartenders are cool.
They usually have good deals there.
Yeah.
And they've got good food.
Yeah, the food is great upstairs if you can catch the restaurant during the open hours.
I just did they have a taco deal.
The taco, it's like $8.99 for two tacos?
I don't think it's that, $7.
Okay.
For 2 tacos and a beer.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
So I think it's daily.
Yeah.
So look, they're trying to make a comeback. They're trying to do it. They're going to change their name eventually to Continental. It got delayed a little bit, but it's going to happen. And we like Silver Sevens. They work with LVA.
Yeah. And free parking, that's right. They get the LVA coupon
Yeah.
at Silver Sevens too.
So we dig them.
So and this is exciting. I'm definitely going to try to get into that blackjack tournament.
Well, I'm going to try to get drawn. I'm going to put my name in there.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? You got anybody?
Happy hump day, everybody. All right, not getting a lot of questions here.
Okay.
If you have questions, shoot. Otherwise, we'll just get back to the document.
Richard Jacobs says, hello, everyone. Okay, so, another one then. Talk about another good deal.
Okay.
All right, last night I went to Buck a Shuck.
Buck a Shuck. A Buck a Shuck.
Buck a Shuck
Yeah.
at a very surprising venue,
Okay.
Red Rock.
Yeah. Now, Red Rock is, that's a Stations property.
Yeah, and I didn't think Station was giving anything away for $1 anymore.
Okay.
But they were giving away not giving away, they were selling at the Oyster Bar at
Yeah.
Red Rock, $1 oysters, $1 clams on the half shell.
Okay.
You don't find that very often.
All right. No.
Right.
And do you remember the name of the restaurant?
It's called the Oyster Bar.
The Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it runs all day on Tuesdays. They got other deals on other days. And it's, I guess they're trying to rev it up over there. The oysters were okay.
All right.
They're like what they call Mississippi dailies.
Okay, I was going to say, are they Canadian or? I guess
Yeah, they were
from
the the big Mississippi ones. They were good,
Okay.
but very good with the clams. And better than all, somebody told me, sitting next to me, I'm supposed to be the advisor.
Yeah.
And a lady and her husband who had just moved to Vegas
Yeah.
a month ago said, this clam chowder here is fantastic. And it is. I had a
Well,
bowl and it was tremendous.
You're an aficionado of clam chowder. You have it at a lot
I
of
eat it
different
everywhere.
places. Yeah.
I eat it everywhere. This is as good as
All right.
I've had in a long time in Vegas.
So if Anthony's saying that the clam chowder is good, it's probably really good because you know.
It was $12.
Sandy is not happy that your beer is on the blackjack table, Andrew.
Oh.
Oh, is she a pit boss? Is she a pit boss? Because they would tell you, the boss would come up and he would say, put it in the rack, man.
That is so funny. Yeah, good catch. Nice throw. Okay, so we got some money. Look at this. Diane. What is that? Oh, Dana. Sorry, I can't, a little fuzzy. Dane Frizzell.
Yeah.
Fellas, how are you? A couple questions. Can you talk about Ellis Island expansion, and have you found more info on free bet blackjack, preferably without an automatic shuffle?
To the second one, no. We talked about free bet last, maybe last Beer Friday.
Okay.
And somebody asked, and I said, I haven't done a lot of looking at free bet. Because this is the second question, I will look into it. And I will see if there's any information out there about free bet blackjack that we can, convey. It's not something that I've heard a lot about or found a lot about where the odds can be really good for the player. Although I've heard of some situations, yes. So I'm going to take a pass on that one for now.
Okay.
As far as the Ellis Island, all I know is Ellis Island is going crazy with everything they're doing over there. We talked on the last show, the last update, we talked about the Friday night band that they have, the Oakland Raiders house band, and they play in the front yard.
Yeah.
The front yard is terrific, and they're doing things in there. Obviously, I think the best coffee shop in all of Vegas. I mean, I think the best food, the number one value still in the top 10 is their steak.
That top sirloin steak's fantastic.
Yeah, and they are about to embark on this upgrade and expansion of the whole place, where they got rid of all of their vats that they brew the beer in.
Right.
And I guess they do that now I believe off property, but they're going to fancy it up.
Right, so they still have their Ellis Island beer, but that whole area is getting redone. They're going to put slot machines back there. They're going to do.
What's going to happen when they fancy up Ellis Island? Is it going to lose charm?
I don't think so. I think it's only going to get better.
It's going to get cooler
because,
and better.
I hope so. I mean, that front yard's cool. They got the karaoke. They're the only casino that does karaoke 7 nights a week.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So if you go into that little bar, they're doing karaoke in there.
How many times do you think in my life I have sung karaoke?
You could probably count them on one hand.
You can count them on one finger.
Yeah, once. You've done karaoke once?
I did it once because
right.
I was shamed into it, and I recited a poem.
Did you? What was the poem that you recited?
It was a dirty limerick.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, there you go.
I don't remember it, but that's what it was.
All right. Well, one night I'm going to go to Dino's and bring Anthony, and we'll get him to do a dirty limerick. Not quite karaoke.
I don't think so. Maybe at the end maybe if we play some music at the end of Beer Friday, maybe I'll be liquored up enough and I'll do one.
That's hilarious.
We shall see.
All right. Christina Grace, hello. Lovely to see you. Sending a big heart. There we go. And then Kenneth is talking about the M Resort.
Okay, well, that's the W turned upside down.
Yeah, okay.
Look at this. I've only had a third of a beer, and I'm already flying. What's up? That's what first thing I thought when I saw that they were going to change Delano to the W. I went, great. Now we got an M. Now we got a W. Now we got the whole.
That's hilarious. Pretty soon we'll get an A, B, C, and D.
Yep.
We have the D.
We have the
that's
D.
right. We got the D.
What are you talking about? we got Tanya looking out here for our mistakes.
Someone heard a rumor about Circa expanding. Have you heard anything about that?
I think they're thinking of them opening up the new hotel rooms, because I don't think they have any room to expand there really.
Right.
So they had those hotel rooms we talked about. They opened up, I believe, 106 hotel rooms on the middle floors that were there, but they were never open to the public. So I believe that's what it is. So let's talk about something that I am extraordinarily excited about, super excited about, and that is the presidential election.
Okay.
Do you know why I am so excited?
No, I have no idea.
Because it's almost here.
Okay.
And it will be over soon.
So yeah, it will be over soon. Yeah.
And I don't have to listen to all these people whining at me and complaining to me because I quote the odds of who's the favorite.
Okay.
All right? As if it were turned around, I wouldn't mention it.
Yeah.
So I will be so glad when this election is done, no matter who wins.
Yeah.
But I am going to quote the odds because I looked at them 2 minutes before I walked in here.
Okay, so and what's the line, Anthony?
If you don't like it, tough shit on all of you.
All right.
The line is Donald Trump, minus 167 favorite.
Okay.
He's gone steadily up. On
Up, up, up.
On the other side, if you want to bet Kamala Harris, it is plus 145.
So if you believe that Kamala's going to win, right? And
Getting a
look,
good
I think
price.
I said it right.
Kamala, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you believe she's going to win, is now
No,
the time?
Kamala, not Kamala.
I said Kamala.
Oh, Kamala? I said Kamala just now. Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah.
If Harris is going to win, is now the time to make a big bet? If you're like,
Honestly, the way just in watching the lines,
uh-huh.
I think and listening to the news, I think it's going to go higher.
Okay.
I think that everybody's leaning Trump right now.
Okay.
And, that seems to be the way it's pointing. I think this line might go a little higher. But if you like Kamala Harris, 145 is a pretty good price for what they're calling, pretty much a coin flip toss-up.
Okay.
So,
And this is international betting markets.
yes. Well, this is more more offshore
Okay.
and Europe and all of that.
Okay.
Now they have opened up some prediction markets, they're called, in the United States where you can actually bet it here too.
Okay.
But I'm just quoting the lines that are out there, in the market right now.
So don't kill the messenger. That's the line.
It drives me crazy, man. People they want to get so uptight about it. Like, are you going to get mad now? I'm going to quote the World Series line. And the Dodgers are favored over the Yankees.
Okay.
So are a bunch of New York people going to scream at me now?
Okay, well, I think LA's going to go nuts. And I think Dodger Blue, baby.
Dodgers minus 119 favorites. You can get plus 109 on the Yankees.
Yeah.
That starts tomorrow. That World Series starts tomorrow.
Somebody was asking, do we take staycations in Vegas? As a local, do you ever take a staycation? You go stay in a hotel? I do.
Yeah, talk about it, because I don't, but a lot of people do.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll stay at the Palms. I got nights at the Rio coming up.
It's the best staycation place in the world.
Yeah.
Because you got so many places to pick from, just like you're on vacation. Or you can go out to the lake.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can go,
Boulder City.
Slum it on Boulder Highway, or go to Boulder City, or
Yeah.
go to a ghost town, or whatever. They have hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Go to Tonopah, the Mitzvah, which is haunted.
I haven't
supposedly.
been there, but that sounds fun.
Not really a staycation. You'd have to
Okay.
drive there.
Yeah.
A couple hours away.
Yeah.
But Vegas, the greatest staycation place I would say in the world.
Sure.
I don't do it, but
I do.
But you have, yeah.
I do. I've done it a bunch of times. It's a lot of fun. And it's just like, you go and you're at the casino now. And especially during the summer, you can use the pool and the gym, and, you got your room there. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we're waiting, I had a bunch of things here as we wait for questions to come in. And I want to make an announcement of what we're doing with our guests.
Yeah.
And
We've got some big stuff coming.
Yeah, people have been asking for a long time for Vegas Matt.
Yeah.
And we will actually be interviewing Vegas Matt tomorrow.
That's right.
And that will air next week,
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday probably.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be very interesting because we had a prep meeting with him and some of his people, his son EJ, who was very impressive.
Yeah, very smart.
And one of his managers, Robert, very impressive. They're both going to be, all three of them were impressive. Sound like Trump. All three of them, very impressive.
The most impressive.
Everyone's talking about them. They continue to talk about them. They're the most impressive. They're not dumb. They're impressive. They're not dumb. So
yeah.
more politics here.
Vegas Matt, there's nobody better. He's the best slot player.
Vegas Matt, Vegas Matt, yes. Vegas. But we had the prep meeting was terrific. I think we're going to
Very impressive. Very impressive.
We're going to get into some cool things.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
And we've been talking to others, like we said. Following that, a couple weeks after that, we're going to have one of the Jackpot Gents,
Yeah.
Matt Borey. And we've got others lined up.
Now, the Jackpot Gents, this is exciting because if you don't watch them, they're a father and son team. And, they've been gambling on the internet.
Like Matt and EJ.
Yeah, like Vegas Matt and EJ. I mean, it's just really fun to see families that take, and that love these games and play them together and make videos. And the Jackpot Gents, they're some of the first guys to post casino, gaming content online. So it's fun to see how they've grown.
What's cool about this is some of the transparency, and that they're admitting that that they lose money doing these things, and that's all I care about. I know we were in the meeting. We were in the meeting. They said to me, "Well, we know you don't like influencers." I said, "I have nothing against influencers. I have something against people who lie, about what they're winning and all. And they don't lie.
Yeah,
they've lost large sums of money.
Yeah,
but it's the business proposition. It's how they make that money back in spades, and we'll talk about that.
And it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating, and it's a little corner of the internet, casino gaming content that just seems to be growing and growing, and I'm certainly happy to be a part of it, and excited to talk to Vegas Matt and others.
Yeah, somebody told me that we were influencers. I was like, nope.
Well, but you may influence, you going to play bonus poker. I know Christina's watching. I know she plays bonus poker because of you, because of the show.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Speaking of slots, when is our slot book coming out?
Which one?
They just said,
yeah.
when is the slot book coming out?
Yeah, I think you're talking about, I think we've come up with a title for it, and I think it's called Breaking the Slot Code. Is that correct? Tanya, who's been working on production on that thing, relatively quickly. And I talked to Dee Castleman today about it, who is our senior editor and has been working on it assiduously. And I haven't read it yet myself, just bits and pieces. Obviously I read some of it to accept it. Ben Rosenthal, who knows this stuff, and really good. It's about the advantage slots. But it's just the beginning, because the book is going to be the book with the top slots, things like Scarab, Ocean's Magic, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
But we're going to probably open a sister website to Las Vegas Advisor on this, and it will be a for-pay website, because this is hard information on how to win money. But the book will be priced relatively reasonably. I think $30-ish or something. And timetable, we're actually very close. It will be available this year, I guarantee you.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. The year's closing out, so this will be one to get. Certainly one I'm excited about. Anything that you can read about advantage play is exciting.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get, it feels like you're finding a cookie within a game. These things are really fun to read about.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so now they're asking about the MRB. Will it be available January 1st?
Will the MRB be available? Member Rewards book. Will it be available January 1st? We've actually started finally. Well, not finally. We usually start in November. We've started making our inquiries, and it looks good. This year we're going to try to make a change. We're going to try to go predominantly to digital redemption.
Okay.
Meaning it's on your phone, you walk up, they press a button, that sort of thing. If that happens, then it'll definitely be ready. But if we have to print the book and we're going through all of these discussions and negotiations and everything else, it might not be ready by the 1st. We don't know yet, but let's put it this way, we're ahead of last year's pace.
Okay. And last year, I think it was ready the 1st or 2nd week of January.
Second week, yeah. The last couple, 2-3 years, ever since the pandemic, maybe that's our fault. We fell into a rhythm of being okay to be a couple weeks late. And I know that's not good for some people, so we'll do our best. We don't know yet, though.
And as soon as we know, we'll post it on the internet and put it up on the show. How much? Not much information available on where the best video poker games are, like Ultimate X Bonus Streak, Ultimate X Gold, for example.
Okay, those games, no. General games, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, on our website, we have Best Video Poker. And we've got a complete listing, compliments of VP Free, excuse me, VPFree2.com, which you can go to there and get even more information, and they're completely free. But for our members and subscribers, we also have a feed on that. They don't go all the way down, just like, somebody asked about free bet blackjack. We don't go into all of everything. There's too many games,
Well, yeah, and also I didn't think that Ultimate X had pay schedules that were different than any other.
They vary.
They do vary.
Yeah, Ultimate
Okay.
X, but Ultimate X, they definitely vary, and you want to play the best games. But I mean, we're finally getting into talking about these things. The way to play Ultimate X is to vulture screens that are already, people have left hangers on the screens.
Yeah, the multipliers.
And you see multipliers up there, you see one, you should play it.
Yeah.
And that was in Gambling 102, Michael Shackelford's book.
Right.
And he actually was a little bit conservative on that, saying you should wait for whatever. We're going to update that on the next printing. If you see any hanger whatsoever 2 times, even on a 10 play, you have a mild edge.
Okay.
And so you should play that. If you want to just play it for fun and recreation, then sure, you want to find the best
Schedule. Yeah.
And we don't have we haven't been following those.
Okay.
Can't do everything, folks. You
That's
know,
interesting. I didn't know that. So if you're playing bonus poker on one Ultimate X, it might be 8-5, and then on another one it's like 6-5.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the range is of
Yeah.
them, but I'll tell you what, if you find a hanger,
Play it.
don't worry about what the schedule is, just play it. And that's on regular Ultimate X.
Then you just got to know what game you're playing, right? Because
Yeah,
if you find a
yeah.
hanger, you got to know
Make
if you're
sure
playing
you-
Deuces Wild or
Yeah, exactly. And not necessarily on gold or bonus streak or whatever. I'm talking about regular Ultimate X.
Right. And on gold, if you're playing Ultimate X Gold, what you want to look for is multipliers that are all the way maxed out. They have sometimes you'll find a whole left side with all maxed out multipliers.
We could talk about this for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I mean it's great
Really.
fun.
Yeah, is Andrew ahead of me?
Yeah.
No, I can't be ahead of you by much. No.
Hurry up, drink, I'm coming.
Pounding. Let's do it. Are you guys pounding at home? Who's drinking?
Yeah, who's drinking with us? Let's go.
We are popping in from Ireland this weekend. Nice. The Irish. Staying downtown, not really interested in the big show. Are you gigging anywhere downtown this weekend? I recommend for a small gig. Tonight I'm at Wise Guys, actually. If anybody's in town, I'm doing Wise Guys tonight at 7:30 in the Arts District.
I'll tell you what we should do. We should start putting up on today's news, on Vegas News, we should start putting your schedule up.
Yeah.
When you're going to play somewhere, because
Yeah.
so many people want to go see you.
Well, thank you, everybody. Yeah, my act's getting better and, having a lot of fun up there.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah. Thanks, guys. I will get a schedule out there.
I forget who, but someone wants to know if 7 stars at Caesars is worth it.
7 stars. Okay, so
That's a level, right?
Yeah, that's like
a-
the monster level on top.
Mhm.
I've never done it.
It's a tier status.
Yeah, and you get there's all kinds of perks to to 7 stars, but it takes so much play to do it. I wouldn't recommend playing it to get to it because it's going to be worth it in your return.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the guys that I know that do this, I know a lot of guys who are guys and girls who are 7 stars, and what they do is they find promotions and bonus days when they can get to that 7-star status faster, and they love it because you're treated like royalty,
Sure.
essentially, right? But my answer would be no. It's not worth it to just try to climb the ladder playing on the square. I would say no. If you play that level, then play there and get there, and you're going to get all kinds of perks like meal comps when you come to town, $100, $200 dinners every 6 months, whatever it is they do. I don't know all the things, but there are some really good perks.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't chase it. I wouldn't.
You'll get concert tickets. You'll get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't chase it. There's better ways to get to get perks in Vegas, I think, than sitting down and saying I'm gonna run $200,000 through or whatever.
yeah,
it takes,
and it's a lot of money. Yeah, because I got to the second level at Caesars, and it was when I was playing there all the time, and oh my gosh, yeah, I lost a ton of money only getting to the second level.
Yeah, it's funny when people ask some of these questions, and they expect we would know it all, but we don't, because why would I go do that when a lot of it has to do with hotel rooms and discounts and all of that kind of stuff? I don't need a hotel room here,
Right.
Because I don't staycation, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, so some of these things we don't have the answer to.
Yeah.
But from my knowledge of what I do know, I would go no, it's not worth. That would be my answer. Would be no.
Do you know anything about Sin Brew House?
Oh, I wrote that one down. Yeah, there was. All right, so this was a question that I saw myself. Said,
I don't know about it.
Oh, here it is. LVA member for years.
I'll have to check that out.
Love your insight and coupons. Wondered if you had any thoughts on Sin Brew House in the Arts District. I think he means Sin City Brew House. Is that right? I think it's Sin City Brew House. But here's what got my attention. When we were in Vegas last month, we stopped in on a Sunday for $1 oysters, and they were fabulous. Thanks for all you do. Another $1 oyster place that I did not know about. Is it Sin City? Can we tell? Is it Sin City Brew House? I think it's probably Sin City. No, I think I was there once. I think I did go in there one time because it opened and I checked it out and it was cool. I talked to the bartender.
No, it's called Sin Sin.
Oh, it is called Sin Sin.
That's on Main Street.
Sin Sin, C-I-N-C-I-N.
And seafood bar.
Ah.
Sin Sin Brew House and Seafood Bar.
Sin Sin Sea House. Here we go. Sin Sin Brew House and Seafood Bar. You can laugh, Tanya. It's okay.
Funny.
All right, so I don't know that one, and I probably wasn't in that one. And he said dollar oysters. So guess which one I'll be in this week? I'm gonna go check it out. More dollar oysters.
Okay, great. Let's go. And I want to go to that one too because I haven't had oysters in a long time.
Okay, get a coupon.
Yeah, and I like some oysters, and I like the Arts District. I got to tell you, we talked about it on the podcast of the last one we recorded, where you got Berlin, 18 Bin, and Artifice all right there. Your buddy Taverna Castera.
Castera, yeah.
These are great places.
Which we have a good member rewards discount for.
Yeah.
I think it's 25% off at the entire bill.
I mean, these are fun places.
Yeah, I know. We should go to them more. We should, we should have a food thing like, what's that guy's name? The medic.
Danny.
Danny the medic.
Danny, go check out Taverna Castera.
Yeah.
And let us know what it's about. I ate there. I thought it was great. I had some friends visiting me from Detroit.
Yeah.
And they loved it. They were like, "Is this the best place in Vegas?" I was like, "No, but it's good. It's really, really good. I mean, it's for the money.
I've had a wide variety of dishes there, and they've all been good. So Taverna Castera. Yeah.
I hope my buddy Jeff Wong isn't listening to me say that. He's the owner.
Okay.
And I've said this before. Jeff is one of the world's top blackjack experts, especially. I mean, really in all disciplines, but in games, but especially poker. He wrote what they still call the Bible for Pot Limit Omaha.
Right.
PLO, Jeff Wong. Spelled. It looks like Wang, but it's pronounced Wong.
Yeah, and he's in a band. And
he plays on top of his building, Taverna Castera, the whole thing. He plays up there. Place is great.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had more time to go there. They have breakfast. They have. I mean,
I've never had breakfast there, but I've had their salads. I've had some of their dishes. They're just really good. Let's see what else. Do you think construction starts for the? When do you think construction starts for the A Stadium? Oh wait, what does it say? Do you think when construction starts for the A Stadium, casinos nearby like Excalibur will announce refurbishing rooms again when construction actually starts?
Oh, okay. So you're saying what's going to be the effect of when they start building that thing? Well, news came out this week that they're getting closer and closer to announcing more details about what they're doing. I mean, I'm going to be honest about this. People I've talked to on the inside still aren't convinced it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they think it's going to happen. Most people think it's going to happen. We're talking about the A's baseball stadium at where the Tropicana site.
Right.
And it was announced that they are going to try to simultaneously build the casino and the stadium. They'll open together, but they keep saying 2028, whatever. There's like really no concrete information about this. For me, I've been sitting here going, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I wish they would come back to the Rio. It'd be close to us. But now they're talking about putting a basketball arena at the Rio.
Wow.
So phooey, you can have your baseball. We'll take basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be tremendous as well.
Well, we'll see. I mean, things just keep developing, right? There's no end in sight for the development.
Vegas never stops. I swear. It stopped for COVID.
Yeah.
I swear. I mean, I've told this story before. 3 days before Vegas shut down for COVID, USA Today called me and said, "Will Vegas shut down?" And I go, "Never."
Yeah. That's so funny.
Guess what? They have never called me since then. But I mean, for a prediction. I said Vegas will never shut down.
Yeah.
Shut down for 48 days. But I mean, only COVID could stop Vegas. I mean, you just can't stop this place.
But Vegas was also one of the first places to reopen, and also one of the places that set the standards for what it was to be like to come out in public again and sit at a table. And remember they put the plexis up, and
they did it as soon as they did it as soon as they could. They made every move that they could.
Yeah.
Can you believe? I mean, how long ago does that seem in the rearview mirror? That's how we started doing updates during the pandemic.
Right.
Remember?
We were doing mask updates.
Yeah, it was just me sitting here by myself in a suit jacket like an idiot.
Well, remember how crazy
happening? Vegas is closed.
Remember how crazy people were about the masks? And they'd make you pull the mask off, and you take a sip, and then they'd say, "Put your mask back on." You go, "But I'm drinking."
The mask Nazis.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's going to yell at me about that too. I'm just so politically incorrect. The more beers I have, that's it.
And then you put the mask back up, and you look at the guy. You go, "Well, I'm thirsty again."
Yeah. What do you want me to do, man? Give me a straw, yo.
That was.
Someone said they read a book of ours
Uh-huh.
that it was the only other time Vegas closed when Kennedy got shot.
Okay, someone said they read a book of ours saying the only time Vegas closed was when Kennedy got shot. I think that was a question of the day. Probably not a book. And I know they did, I think they closed for a day. I don't know that. I don't know that. I wish Deke was here. If Deke, if you're watching, write it in, man, because
Yeah.
Deke will know. He's our resident historian and, of course, our senior editor. But I think it did. I think it closed for a day. I think so. So that would have been what, 63 or something? 62, 63. But you know, they dim the lights, the marquees a lot when famous entertainers die and things like that. But actually closing, no. But I think that is correct that they did close for the Kennedy assassination. I think they did on the assassination. Yeah.
This is a good question for Anthony. And he says, if you were a starting out blackjack player, what count would you suggest for an average intelligent person?
Okay, we talked about that when we had Munchkin on the show.
Yeah,
And
we did.
We'll talk about this again. There's no doubt in my mind right now it would be the knockout count.
Okay.
All right, Knockout Blackjack, the book we published. Olaf von Cura, who is a Harvard Smithsonian astrophysicist. Let me repeat that.
Okay.
A Harvard Smithsonian astrophysicist
okay.
came up with this count.
Okay.
And the subtitle of that book it's Knockout Blackjack. The subtitle is The Easiest Card Counting System Ever Devised.
Okay.
All right, so what it does is it does everything that a standard card counting system will do. Like the most famous one is the high-low.
Right. That's what the guy's saying in the comments. Mr. Brain is saying high-low.
Yeah, if that's the Mr. Brain I know, then Mr. Brain knows his stuff. But I'm going to go against Mr. Brain.
Okay.
And I'm going to be Mr. Budweiser, and I'm going to say the knockout system does everything the high-low can do.
Right.
They're like within fractions of one another. I even forget which one is on top of the other in terms of the value, like 1 penny more per $1,000 bet or something. And the knockout system is so much easier to play than anything because it's what's called an unbalanced system. So you don't have to do a lot of mental gymnastics in your head. I'm just waiting for when I pour this on myself. But you don't have to do these mental gymnastics in your head. And so you don't get fatigued as fast. You don't make anywhere near as many mistakes. It's extremely accurate.
Okay.
There is no question in my mind, knockout blackjack's the way to go.
All right. Especially so if you're at the bar drinking and you're sitting there, it's probably easier to keep count doing knockout than if you're doing high-low.
Well, if you're at the bar drinking, you're not going to be playing blackjack unless you're on a machine.
I mean, at the blackjack table
and there ain't going to be no card counting involved there.
That's right. So knockout blackjack, that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
I don't disagree with Anthony, says Mr. Brain. It was just my first thought.
Well, look, he's right. High-low has been considered the gold standard forever.
Okay.
And so he is right, and that's what all of the pros use, high-low. But everyone's coming back to rolling this back that knockout's the way to go. And Munchkin even said it when he was here as our guest, and he has been a high-low player for decades.
Okay.
And he goes switching to KO.
Yeah.
I've been something called a 3-level count player. Most of these counts are what they call single-level count, meaning there's one -1 negative plus 1 positive. I had a 3-level, which is like +1, +2, +3, -1, that kind of stuff.
Right. So you're dividing the
Yeah.
cards into thirds.
I mean, I was using this, and if I were ever, I'm not allowed to play now, because I've been barred. I've been barred from playing from when I played with the teams that I played with. But if I were ever allowed to play again, or I got to the point where I was in places far away and I was able to play, I will switch to KO.
Okay.
Yeah, KO is it.
And that's the one that you would use.
Yeah, you're welcome, Olaf. You know what? Olaf was just in here.
Yeah.
Last week, me and Olaf drank beers. We had our own beer Friday.
Okay.
I think it was a Tuesday. It was great. Oh, and Olaf's got a book that's pending called Smart Casino Gambling or Slot Machine Myths. We won't do it this year.
Yeah.
We'll probably do it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just Mr. Brain is saying, typically I avoid counting because I don't like getting thrown out. Now, if you're counting cards and your bets are fluctuating, that's pretty much how they can tell that you're card counting. So
Yeah, it's by bet fluctuation more than anything else.
yeah, like if
But-
the count is good in your favor, like now you're going to bet more.
I'm trying to think of the proper analogy. It's like I avoid eating because I don't want to not starve or something. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, if you're going to avoid counting because you don't want to get thrown out, you might as well play until you get thrown out.
Right. Okay.
Of course, that analogy I just made makes no sense. So,
Well, is there a way to be like slick though? Like you kind of go, oh, maybe I'm just going to bet a little bit more on this hand, but not a lot more, like just a little bit more.
I've talked about this for years. I mean, every time I talk about it, professional blackjack, playing professionally it's a two-part thing, system. It's science and art.
Yeah, acting and
the science is the play. The art is getting away with it. That's the acting.
Yeah.
And there's been books about that. The first one, the first most famous one, was Turning the Tables in Las
thank you.
Vegas by Ian Anderson.
Right.
And then Ian Anderson came back to us 25 years, 30 years later, and did Burning the Tables in Las Vegas, which we published.
Okay.
And it was all about the act, what they call the act and cover play, and what you do to throw them off the scent.
Right. Like
So-
if you're drinking a lot and you're getting bombed,
Well,
they might think.
drinking is one of the ultimate heat deflectors.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two great heat deflectors in blackjack. One of them is drinking.
Mm-hmm.
If you're literally honestly drinking and you can continue to play well, and some people will go, oh, it's terrible advice. Well, no, some people can do that.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah.
They kind of forget about you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people pretend, they pretend they're drinking, but some people drink for real and they can still play. I could name you 2 or 3 guys I know that are very good at it.
Yeah.
One of them's sitting at this table.
Yeah.
But the other one is for all of you aspiring whatever, when you're counting cards and they shuffle on you because you've raised your bet and they shuffle, don't pull your bet back. Don't leave it there. Act like you have no idea what they just did. They shuffled the
Right.
cards because they don't want to deal you. They're like, well, I'll get you, and you just act like it never happened. Now, if they do it a second time, then just leave. But more often than not, they'll go,
He doesn't know.
no,
They
he
go,
doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a great heat deflector, man.
Okay. So that hand you're playing at a disadvantage, but you're keeping your cover.
Yeah, yeah, right. You're paying, a tariff to keep your cover.
Yeah.
You're right. You're correct.
Okay.
I don't see any other ones on here.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Questions,
What up with you
comments,
guys? It's all there. Okay, so
quips,
let's
concerns,
let's talk Survivor.
inquiries. Okay. Yeah. What's going on with Survivor? How many people are left now?
I don't have all the numbers. Down to 200.
Okay.
Somewhere around 200 right
So
now.
there's still a lot of people from last week.
It's
Yeah.
starting. I mean, there's only 200 left.
Yeah.
And it's starting, to get down to the point. We've gone through all the carnage. I mean, it's going to happen again, but it's a more diversified group, and they're getting on. That's not really the right way to put it. No, I wouldn't even put it that way. I would just say that this group that's still left here was able to avoid the landmines. They just danced through the landmines and they got through there. And they're all good players, probably at this point, and most of them are. And it's going to be a good contest to the end here.
Yeah.
With 200 vying for $14 million.
And it's another winner take all.
Yeah. There it is
So-
again.
Yeah.
Think deals will be made?
Yes, definitely.
I think so.
And as we talked about previously, like there's attorneys that make these deals. And
Well, there's attorneys and there's people that just in back rooms sign napkins.
yeah.
And go, look, this is what we're going to do. So, I'm still part of 2. I'm 2 of those 200. I mean, a very small part, but a small part of a very small part of 14 million is a lot.
That's a lot of dough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Circa Millions, and we're doing not good.
Yeah. Well, you're not doing probably as not good as I did last week. So let me be. We talk about transparency, talking about wins and losses.
Yeah.
Last week I've got about 5, 6 cards. Say I got 6. 5 of them went 1 and 4.
Oh wow, that's really bad.
My best one went 2 and 3. It was
Yeah.
horrible. It was the worst tournament week, except for the 2 survivors making it through. The worst tournament week of my career.
Oh wow.
It was really bad.
Okay.
So anyway,
Well, hopefully it's
I better have
only,
another beer.
only up from here. Hey, Dave's got a message, and he says, staying at Westgate in a couple of weeks. Any food, gambling, entertainment recommendations? Well, for me, I always go to Benihana there. It's a great deal.
Oh yeah, I like Westgate, man.
Yeah.
Former Las Vegas Hilton, Benihana. To me, Benihana is never bad. It's always good. They got a good deal at their. We have member rewards deals with them. I'll tell you what. Go see The Magic of Jen Kramer.
Yeah. Okay.
If you've got her coupon book, you get a 2-for-1 to The Magic of Jen Kramer. It's one of the best pure entertainment magic shows in town.
Okay.
Jen's great. She's an excellent performer, and I think it's something like $35 for a ticket. It's one of the best deals by itself, and you get a 2-for with our member
That's right. You
rewards.
get the members rewards coupon.
And then they're one of the few places that have a buffet.
Yeah.
And we have, so you go to the buffet and you can, lay our coupon on them, and you get the all you can drink add-on.
Okay.
drink add-on. It's like mimosas and whatever, tequila sunrises, whatever they have there.
And LVA just put the link in the description box. So
That would be
if
Paula.
you're watching.
Yeah.
That's Paula behind the
She's got all
scenes.
the links. She put up knockout blackjack too.
Thank you, Paula.
Mr. Brain's also saying I recommend the Barry Manilow show. I'm sure that's fantastic. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
good.
if you're 100 years old. No,
know.
no.
Well, there's a Wise Guys Comedy Club that opened at Westgate recently. I've been meaning to go there.
All right,
So-
let me. This is not being politically correct. Let me say this.
Yes.
I went under duress to go see Barry Manilow
Okay.
a couple of years ago.
Okay.
He was great.
Of course he was.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
He was great. I started remembering like all these songs, like when I was in high school, Mandy.
Yeah,
and
you
all this
forget.
stuff. And like I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is
You're
good.
crying.
No,
Oh,
I wasn't crying, but I mean,
That's
this
funny.
is good. Yeah, Barry Manilow's good. This dude's like 70-some years old.
Yeah. No, Barry
He
Manilow is great.
Scampers around out there and stuff, and his voice is good.
Yeah.
And it's a great show.
All right. So you heard it here. Barry Manilow at the Westgate.
I still say the play is Jen Kramer.
Okay.
I really do.
What
I
about
love these Beer Fridays, man. Everything's just unfiltered. It just is.
What about the M Buffet? Have you been to the M Buffet?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the Sunday one? No, I've walked through it. We've written about it on a walkthrough. Last time I tried to go there, we're talking about the one in Anthony's, and it's a high-end $99 buffet, I think, or something thereabouts. Lobster and fresh berries and champagne and all kinds of seafood and prime rib and the whole deal. It's fabulous, But it was like almost a 3-month wait. I don't know if that's changed. We'll look into that for the next.
Yeah.
LVA.
Just go to Anthony's Steakhouse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Try it if you can. I'll tell you what, from looking at it and from talking to people, for a $100 bill, I would do that in a second.
Okay.
For me and a date, or, you and your wife, or whatever you want to do, $200 for that on a Sunday, I would do it in a moment.
Okay. How long do you think before there are no more live table games? Electronic table games seem to be taking over, less expensive, less mistakes, etc. I think it's going to be a long time before they fully phase out dealers in the casino.
I would say it will never happen.
Yeah.
Too many people, that opens up. It's almost like when you get rid of single deck blackjack.
Yeah.
You say, okay, so single deck blackjack will become extinct. Well, no, it doesn't, because somebody else opens single deck blackjack, because now that's a competitive advantage for you.
Something you can market.
Yeah, so I mean, nobody, people do not want to play. Some will, the new generation coming up, the computer generation, they'll play on the digital games. They'll do it, but there's too many people that still want to play on the tables, and I would say it'll be a long time coming before you can find it and find it easily.
Right, so speaking of that, are there any free tournaments you guys know of that are still going on?
Free tournaments? Are there any free tournaments? No. I assume, just the one we talked about for
There's
Silver
one that
Sevens.
I know of at the Oyo. The Oyo has a free slot tournament. And it's like a weekly, it's like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And
Yes,
you can,
correct. There are those things
Yeah.
that you can do, but if you're talking about table game tournaments, no.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. There are some, you go to local bars and there are some free contests that you can pick, and you got to get them almost all right. You know, even with low numbers of people playing, it just seems like you got to get like almost all of them. But no, not really. The free tournaments, they really don't exist.
Okay, how about Cone City? Is it too close to the F1 race to get around town in early November?
FU race. Yeah. Cone City.
Yeah.
Cones and barrels. Cones and barrels. Cones and barrels. Oh my God.
Barrels and cones.
Oh my. Cones and barrels and fences. Oh my. Cones and barrels and fences. Oh my. Oh my God, I hate
That's
it.
funny.
But no, you can get around. You just might get stuck in a trap.
Yeah, the
And-
traffic's worse. The traffic's worse right now, and it's tough getting around.
Yeah, it's gross, man. It's gross. I mean, they're out there. You just got to avoid the south end of the strip the best you can.
The north end of the strip's noticeably better. Like
Yeah.
if you're hanging out by the Wynn or the Venetian or Resorts World or the Strat, like
But they're doing better. Last year they took up about 9 months of the 12 months a year, and this year they're taking up about 3.
Yeah.
So they're doing better. People got really fed up with them, with F1.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't have all the details on this. Didn't have time to put it together. Didn't know we'd talk about this, but I think it's Crazy Horse 3 is having a thing where they've got pictures up with their dancers with signs that go F1 sucks.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they're like, come in during F1 for a free buffet and all this sort of stuff. So we'll have more information on that on a future show.
Oh wow. Okay, so people are saying, hey, you go do F1. Come over here and
Yes,
do this.
exactly, which is a really good marketing idea, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty cool. So the other thing is that Tropicana exit creates a lot of traffic too. Coming into Vegas on the 15th.
Yeah, but that's different because they're working on the flyover there. They're trying to supposedly make that. It's a funny thing when they had that whole shutdown for 3 years on I-15. So the Spaghetti Bowl was closed and everything else. They go, it's going to be way better, but it's not. It's the same. Maybe it would have been way worse if they had done nothing. So I can't really get on their case, but.
Well, Tropicana exit is a little bit of traffic every day right there. And hopefully it'll be done soon, but it's been a year.
Okay, so I don't know if we have another one, but I've got one that I brought in here. It says, this is so self-serving. It says, just like to give a shout out to the LVA reception lady who helped me out with printing vouchers from the coupon book on a recent trip to Vegas from Scotland.
Scotland!
No, that one was Ireland. The coupon book is by far the best deal in Vegas. $4 signs.
That's cool.
I think that's cool when they recognize our customer service. I mean, we go through them. We have gone through them, and I would guess you probably dealt with either Taylor or Paula, but it might have been Tanya. I mean, all of the women who work here and answer the phone, and even me when I answer the phone, and whoever else might, they're told help the customer, and it's great to hear that. And thank you for that. And I'm glad to hear they're holding up their end.
All right. Great job, everybody. Here's one that's interesting. This is from Scott Drucker. Says, I heard Sahara Poker Room closing permanently next month. I never see anyone in that poker room. Anytime I go to Sahara, that poker room looks dead.
I see the grizzled locals.
Yeah.
And it's always been a poker room like that.
Uh-huh.
I used to play, when I was playing poker, back when I had like boundless energy, and I would like do anything. I had nothing to do, I'd go play poker. Because I'm not known as a poker guy, and I'm not really a poker expert. I'm a reasonable player in tournaments because I'm good at tournaments, I reckon. But there were always the locals, and I've never seen that change. I had not heard that it was going to close, so thank you for that tip. I'll look into it.
I mean, it's a tiny little area. It's,
it used to be a big room.
Yeah.
I mean, way back when it was originally the Sahara, and then it changed to, what was that called? ALS or
SLS.
No, ALS? Oh my God.
It was SLS.
Okay.
And then...
Oh, man. That's the
funny.
worst one yet. Oh, these live shows are not good for us.
Hey, I second that. Taylor was very helpful. Look at that.
Yeah, our people here, our team. I used to hate that term, our team, but it's a good term. It is a team. Our team is good. They really are. People who berate our team are going to have to deal with me sober.
Well, I think we're pretty much to the end of the comments.
Yeah, this one says, does Vegas have any single deck blackjack 3-2 that replaced El Cortez?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any single deck 3-2 blackjack in town.
I don't think there is. I think that was the last one.
There's 3-2 at Ellis Island.
3-2, but it's not single
It's
deck.
not single deck, right? Same with South Point. There's 3-2.
I mean,
at
you can
South
find
Point.
you can find single deck. Not many places actually. I mean, you know what? This is one to look into, probably for the next Las Vegas Advisor. I know there's one single deck for sure at Silverton, but that's 6-5. Are there any more 3-2 single decks? And I would say absolutely not. And there are hardly any single decks at all. Man, that's sad.
Yeah, it is.
That is
I
sad.
got a good LVA question, and this might be some good trivia. The other day, I had some foreign money, and I thought to myself, well, maybe instead of going to the bank, I'll just go to a cashier. And I went to the Palms with my foreign Canadian currency, and they said, I'm sorry, we don't do right.
Yeah.
So I said, where am I going to go? And so I ended up looking it up. You can go to MGM Properties or Caesars Properties, and they'll change your foreign currency for
Yeah,
you.
they change things all the time.
The win.
It used to be an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
People used to take advantage of the, especially in Reno.
Oh.
People used to take advantage of the exchange rate with Canadian currency.
Okay.
Because they would exchange at par
Uh-huh.
when the Canadian dollar. I don't even know where the dollars are right now. Canadian. I assume the U.S. dollar is probably above Canadian, but there was.
Oh, it is. It's way above.
Yeah, there was a long time when Canadian was above U.S. and they would exchange at par, and you would go and make money doing that, and you would take it even farther, in that you would gamble with it.
Oh, wow.
On things like progressive Keno and stuff like that, where it would yield edges of like 4 and 5%.
Oh my gosh.
It was great. Those are great days.
The good times.
Here was the great thing was there were great things, and I was 27 years old, and the bad thing was I didn't have hardly any money, so I couldn't take much advantage of all this great stuff.
But actually, you know where I ended up getting my currency exchanged? I looked up, you could get it at Caesars or MGM, but I ended up getting my currency exchanged. I was hanging at the LA Comedy Club, and I got it exchanged at the Strat.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Strat did it, yeah.
And that wasn't because of your juice, because you're a baller there, or what?
No, I was just hanging at the LA Comedy Club, and they did my my foreign currency exchange at the Strat.
All right. So people who they ask Andrew, why do you do the show with that guy? Or they ask me, why do you do the show with that guy?
Yeah.
This is why, because we get along.
Yeah.
Because we have fun and we get along.
It's a good time.
So everybody knows.
Hey, you know, it's been 3 years. I got divorced in 2020. I got a COVID divorce, and Anthony was one of my first calls when I moved to Vegas, and I'm
And
glad.
I said, I'm not going to date you, Andrew, but I will.
I mean, I'm from LA. I mean, come on.
but I will do a show with you.
All right.
So good, that's a
So-
good wrap, because the first question has how long have you guys been going?
Are we at the end of the hour?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's about an. We try to do an hour live stream, so it's we started right at 4. It's just about 5 and maybe 3 beers.
I think they mean how
and,
long how long we've been going today. I think
No, like in general, how long have YouTube
Yeah.
been a thing for YouTube?
3 years, right?
153 episodes, but we got like 180 videos because the first 20 or 30 videos we didn't know what we were doing, and we decided to turn it into a weekly update maybe a few months into making videos and starting a channel, and
And we're trying to make it fun for ourselves. I mean, like the Beer Fridays, today's Beer Wednesdays, I mean, these are fun for us. Putting together the regular updates
Yeah.
are difficult. Putting together even the, dealing with a show when we have a guest, there's a lot of research involved, and you got to make sure that everything is what everybody wants.
yeah.
But we're and we're going farther in that. Like again, Vegas Matt coming on next week, and that's going to be a good show. I think. I hope. But this is fun for us.
Yeah.
This
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Beer Fridays is great. We get to go off the cuff. We get to answer questions from the audience, so to speak. I apologize to everyone we miss. You know, one of the problems is I can't see that unless I put on the glasses. I can't see it.
Yeah, even me, it's hard. It's a little hard squinting to see what
But
it says.
we know we have a lot of supporters there that sometimes we don't ask. What was Robert's first question? He was number one. I want to make sure I answer that question.
Robert,
All the way back, he asked one question.
said, will the new baseball stadium have air conditioning because the summer is going to be very hot?
Will the new baseball stadium have air conditioning? Okay, Robert. Yes.
Okay.
If it gets built, they
All
will.
right.
My understanding is that it will be a retractable roof, and when it's too hot, they will close it, and there will be air conditioning. Because otherwise, you would all fry like ducks. in
That's
there.
pretty cool, a
Ducks,
retractable
chickens, I don't know.
roof.
French fries? I don't know.
That's
but,
awesome.
yeah. Anything else? Any last second ones?
Welching. What about that casino that is welching on that golf bet that is supposed to pay off at 44,000?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all right. Welching, for people who don't know, welching means
It's from
don't,
Sugar Dad.
you don't pay off a bet.
Sugar Dad.
That means you made a promise, or you made a
Okay.
bet and you refused to pay it. That can also extend to you made a promise, you welched on your promise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't heard that term. Welched.
Yeah, that's what it means. But it's usually used in gambling terms.
Okay, no welching.
I believe, and I will correct this if I'm wrong, but I think it was DraftKings. It was either DraftKings or FanDuel. I think it was DraftKings.
Oh wow.
That some guy made a bet on some nobody out of in an Asian golf tournament or a European golf tournament, some absolute nobody at a gigantic number, and that he would be leading after round one of a 4-round tournament.
Uh-huh.
And they put a gigantic number on it, and some guy bet a fair amount into it, and sure enough, this guy was leading. And they're saying it was a mistake, and we want to pay it at 4-1 as opposed to 200 or whatever it was. That is bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that's utter bullshit.
That's the definition of welching.
Yeah, yes, that is the definition of welching. That's a bad look. That's a bad way to be. That's
Yeah.
a bad way to conduct business. And if I'm wrong on this, if more information comes out, I will correct myself. But as of now, it looks bad.
All right. Yeah. I mean, especially like if you're DraftKings and you're a publicly traded company and you have billions of dollars.
Somebody made a bad, harsh decision. It's just dumb.
Let's see. Okay, great show, guys. Thank you. That happened to me after a Scrabble match at my home once. I won $271 over 10 games, and she didn't pay. That's hilarious.
Don't go out with her again.
That's right.
Well, tell all these people to hit the like button.
All right, yeah, you guys.
Likes.
Did we get some people in there? All right,
Lots of people.
All right.
2 likes though.
good. Yeah, hit buttons that are good for us, whatever that is.
Well, maybe it doesn't show up. Yeah. So.
Are we off or are we on?
I think we're on.
Oh, we're still on? Okay, this is like blooper. This is blooper.
We got 247 people. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing.
Yeah, and again, I apologize for those questions we did not get. I will go back and look over this and try to log them for next time for anything that we missed. We do our best.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Thank you. I'll keep the felt nice and clean.